Hi everyone and welcome back to Chess for Charity. In this video, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do a few puzzles on Puzzle Rush Survival and kind of talk through every single puzzle. I'll have the puzzles time stamped in the video if you want to go one at a time. See if you can solve them, see at what point you get them wrong, and maybe you can beat my score here. I'm probably only going to go for about 20-25 minutes. I don't want to make it too long of a video, so let's get right to it. So the first thing I'm noticing in this puzzle is the back rank is quite weak. This bishop is covering the squares, and currently, if I were to take this with my rook, they could back up and I would be able to take it, right? So in this case, we'll just go through quick, take, and that is mate. Okay, so what's the weakness of this move? They just moved king here, which means they gave up an important a3 square. I can make this check with the rook and win. Not too bad. Okay, this is a tricky one because you might say if I take this knight, the pawn will promote, which is correct if this knight was not with check. So when you're calculating, be sure that you see a move with check. So bishop takes knight is with check, and then you could have returned back after the king moved and covered that a1 square. That was the point of that one. Okay, when you see something like this, you got to just think about what's the first thing if I took? What would happen? So if you take, the bishop would take, the rook would take, again that's check, and this looks like mate, it's not quite mate, the knight could jump in between, and then you take the knight and you would win. So far, so good, nothing too bad. No mouse slips or anything. Okay, so a good thing to do in chess and in puzzles particularly, what is the weakness of the last move? So they just played bishop e5. Now what is this allowing my queen to see? My queen can now see f7, which means I can take it. Let me explain that. I take it, that will cause the king to move away. And now there's a weak back rank situation, which means I can play queen f8 check, rook takes, and then my rook delivers back rank mate. Something like this. Check, check, and mate. Okay, very similar idea here. So I'll just kind of go with this one kind of the same speed. Take, check, and mate. As you get better and better, you kind of read the board. Look at the battery of these pieces, right? And maybe that's what you're wondering. Like, where do your eyes begin? I like to look at convergence of pieces. I noticed right away that the queen and the bishop are both staring right at g2. And g2 is a very sensitive point because the king would be mated, and that's it. You just go right here, checkmate. Okay, weakness of the last move. What did this just create? That just created a new avenue for checking the king, and that place, namely h5, is accessible through my queen, which means check and mate. So far, so good. Okay, so this was a check, and then they just moved. Right? A little retrograde analysis there. No, not really. So if I took this, what happened? If I took, what do? They have to play nowhere. That's mate, right? This square would be covered through this. This square is covered by the pawn. This square is covered by the knight. So this would just be mate in one. Okay? Look at the convergence of pieces. Bishop and queen are both eyeing up g7. If they want to trade queens, maybe there's a reason for that. So take that into consideration. This is just checkmate in one. And we're already 10 in, only 4 minutes. Let's see how well we can do. So this one is very similar. Look at the convergence of pieces. Right now, you have a bishop, a queen, and 2 rooks really focusing on e7. But unfortunately, they left their own camp undefended. Queen f2 and back rank mate. Okay, your queen's under attack. You also have the opportunity to give a discovered check. You have many options. You can move all these squares. Let me just click somewhere. You have all these options. Which one do you want to investigate? Well, generally speaking, you want to look at double checks. The fact that your queen is attacked means you better look at double checks, because if you make a move like knight c4, they'll just take your queen. So you really only have 2 candidates here. What are the differences? Well, if you play knight d3, the king can run away to d2. Therefore, you want to play knight f3, which then from this square covers d2. That is the mate. That's mate in 1. Okay, bishop move here was the last move. Yep, okay. So now you have a rook here, and it's guarding all this stuff. Also a weak back rank. So if I push the king to the back rank with this pawn move, the king goes to one of these two, and I can now check you, and even if they interpose, I can take. Something like that would not be a problem. Like that. Okay, this is just mate in 1, right? So again, convergence of pieces. If that's something that you hear me say 1,000 times, maybe you can count it, because I'm going to say it a bunch of times. The pieces converge. Look at where they converge. This one is just like the other ones. Convergence of pieces. You want to get right to d2 and then back rank mate. Okay, so this is a very similar variation to the other one when it comes to, those check and then checkmate. But in this one, you have to first realize that you can get rid of one of their back rank defenders. So you can take their d1 rook with check, which will force their rook to capture, leaving only one defender back here. So you can now go check, they take you, and then checkmate. Hopefully that's easy to follow. I'm sure I'll get one wrong here soon. Okay, ooh, this is a nice one. So look at the way this bishop is working. And now you have a very cool forcing move, which is something you want to check. Knight can jump to g6, and it has to be taken. And when it is taken, that weakens the h file, which allows my queen to just pop into h4 and give mate. Something like this. Check and mate. Okay. Ooh, I like this one too. Look at this. These are some beautiful puzzles. So your queens are in tension, and you can also take the bishop. So you might wonder, what's the difference? If I take here, and then I take here, is there any difference? And the answer is probably yes. You can also probably take this knight. So you have a lot of options here. And the first thing I was thinking, and now I'm already questioning whether or not I did the right thing, I was thinking knight c5, and then if the queen takes, I play knight c7 check, the king moves, and I take this queen. Now I'm thinking, maybe I just take here and then take here. What's the difference? This might be the first one I get wrong here. So let's just do a body count. If I were to take this queen first, they would take, and then I would take. I would get one bishop out of the deal, right? What if I took the knight? If I take the knight, something has to block, so probably one of these pieces. And in that case, I can take this knight. If the queen blocks, I just take the queen first, and then I take this knight. I think that's it. Let's do that. Yep, take the queen first, and now take this. I originally had that wrong, believe it or not. Okay, so what's happening in this one? So, it's getting harder already slightly, but not too crazy, hopefully. So I have a check here, the king moves, and now this square is supported by this advanced pawn, which means I can just simply give mate. Check and mate. Okay, this is exactly like the other one, which is push and then back rank. Oh, smothered mate. Sorry if I'm ruining it, but that was really quick. So this move is, again, weakness of the last move. They went here, which allows this square to be accessible and mate the king in 1. Super cool. Okay, it's white to move. Yeah, white to move. So take, 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 and you have to evaluate whether this is a winning king and pawn ending. Is it? Well, you probably think it is, right? Because they put it in a puzzle. But let's just count. So rook takes, king takes knight. And now what? They play this move. You play this. They play king c7. You play king c5. And you have the opposition and you win the game. Nothing else seems to be important. Yep. Click. And then if they would have went there, you would have the opposition. Okay. Let's see. I can take this. What's wrong with taking this? If I take, knight takes, rook here, queen back, I take the rook, or I take the queen. What if I play this move first? Then you can put your queen here. And if I take your queen, you take mine or something like that. So I think you just take it, right? This move doesn't make sense because you can just take me and I have no way of winning. So take here and then here and then mate. Nice, not too bad. We're at 23. Okay. So I don't see this one immediately. The first thing I'm thinking is d3. So my thought here is pawn d3, I'm threatening this bishop and I'm threatening this queen. So now what I'm currently thinking as I'm speaking is I'm trying to find a counter attack. So if I make this move, maybe they can play something sneaky. What is the sneaky move? That's what I'm looking for. I don't quite see it, so I think that might be just it. I don't see even the best defense. If they take with the rook, I just take here with my queen because it's supported. So I think that's it. Yep. Cool. And don't take with the bishop because then your queen would hang. Okay. So this is a nice forcing sequence. This is a really common one. This pawn is supporting this and this, which means if this was a queen, you'd be able to mate in one. Well, this square is visible to the queen. So sack the rook, throw the queen in the corner, and then mate the king. Oh, we have a nice smothered mate. If you follow the channel, I'm imagining you've seen this kind of pattern 1,000 times. The whole idea here is to check, 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 mate. So knight here, check. Let's just calculate, see if it's right. King h8. Queen to g7, queen to g8, check. The king cannot take because it's supported by the knight. The rook must take, and that allows me to play the knight mate. So check, check, and mate. Beautiful. Okay, so what do I have here? I'm not sure. So immediately I don't see the answer. I want to just take this rook. I don't see what's wrong with that. But I'm sure something's wrong with it. So this is the beauty of calculation, right? What is wrong with just taking this rook? What is the best defense? So perhaps if I take the rook, they take this pawn. But I'm okay with that because I don't take this bishop because then I get mated. Instead, I take here. Oh, wait a second. I do take this bishop because this would check. And then I take here. I don't see anything wrong with that. Am I missing something? I'm just going to go with it, I think. Rook hangs. What else does white do? I'm threatening this guy and this guy. This one with check. I think the only thing they have is to take here and hope that I make a mistake. Oh, okay. I just take this, right? I don't see a problem with that. Unless there's some nice move. Yep, and just take here. Cool. Okie dokie. This looks like a very practical endgame, and these types of things are incredibly important to get right. Hopefully I get them right. I think you're going to win this rook at the end of the day. So what I'm thinking right now, as I'm looking at it, is rook a8 check. The king has to go somewhere. One of these two. It's going to hang on to the rook. No matter where it goes, I keep checking it with this rook on b1. So I check it here. And if it ever runs to the d file, I can just check it again. And now I have two attackers on this rook, like this. So that seems to be it. Check, check, and it's attacking my rook, but I don't care. I'll just take your rook. Nothing too bad. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So I'm tempted to take, rook takes, and I take your knight. What is wrong with that? That's my first thought. What is wrong with that? Can I take this first? It doesn't look like it. Pawn takes f6. You take my queen. I can take here. I'm not going to get a queen. You can just take me with your pawn or with your bishop. And now I can't even get your piece back. So what's the body count here? I have 3 minors and a queen. You have 3 minors and a queen. How many pawns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 3, 6, 7. Okay, so if I take 1, I get a bishop out of it. Oops. I get a bishop out of it. And then I get a queen. And then I get a knight. And you only get a bishop and a queen. So that seems like the right move. Click and boom. Okay. Ooh, I like this one. So there's a right way and a wrong way, right? One of these two is right, one of them is probably wrong, if I had to just say. So which is which? Let's figure it out. So if I check you on h7, you can play king f8. I check you on h8, you play here. I check you here. Is that mate? It appears to be mate. I don't know, maybe I'm miscalculating that. Let's check the other line. If I play queen f7 check, you play king h8, I'm not quite sure how to break through. I think this is check, and then here, and then check, and then here, and then check mate. Because my queen is here holding everything, and you can't go here, and you can't go here because of the knight. That seems right. I'm going to get one wrong eventually. I am not going to do Hikaru Nakamura style and go crazy good. Okay, so my first thought is to just go here and play rook here. Am I wrong about that? Let's see. So if I play bishop takes d6 check, where do you go as the black king? You have to move here, right? And then I have check, and all you can do is interpose, and then I can take it because it's supported by the bishop. That seems fine, right? Unless I'm miscalculating that. Nope. It's funny how the instinct, you have to always check your instinct. Okay. So we're about 15 minutes in. We're 31 puzzles in. Okay, this is a cool one. I love these simple ones. It's funny how one of these squares is wrong. It seems like it would be fine no matter what. But it's not. So why? My instinct, who knows if it's right or wrong, is to play king to g4, just the opposition thing. Let's just calculate. So if I played king g3, push, I push, you push, I push, you push, I push, you queen, I queen, and that is a skewer. Now what is the difference if I went here instead? Well, if I go here, you can now, I guess, play this move, and then now it's a pawn race. Push, push. Interesting, right? 3, 3, and then they queen, I queen. But that seems like it'd be a draw, right? Because I don't see how I'm going to ever get the queen. So if I play queen g3 right off the bat, what is the difference between these squares? This is so cool. King g3, and then if you start running your pawns, I'll win through the skewer. If you make a different move, like a king move, I will be able to check you and get you off of this e-file. But how does that help me? I'm having trouble with this one, because it feels like these are all going to result in just a mutual promotion. But I think king g3 feels like the right move, because it feels like it's a more active place to go to. King g3. Now, like I said, if you push the pawns, if you want a pawn race, I'm down for a pawn race. I will win because there's going to be a skewer at the end of the day. But if I play queen g3, if I play king g3, and you play king e3, I then can worry about pushing. So push, 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 queen, they queen. Now, our kings are right here. So imagine this. So use your imagination. But our kings are no longer, wait a second. I just told you I queened, right? And then they queened. But our queens would be in tension, wouldn't they? Because the king is no longer here, it's here. So just to make sure that makes sense. King here and king here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means I'd be there first. I'd take them. I think this is it. Is it wrong? I'm nervous. Oh, it's right. Now the question is, do I push the pawn? And if at any point they play king here, what do I do? So I think, let's see here. H4, king here. H3, king here. H2, you can't get in. I think that's right. Yep. And then, You can't get a rook. And you can't get a bishop because that would not be enough. Cool. That was a hard one. Okay. Here, is this mate? Is this just mate in 1? So my first thought is bishop e6 because it appears to be mate in 1, unless I'm wrong. This is covering boom, boom. And this is covering boom, boom. I think that's just mate. Okay. I can handle mate in 1. Okie dokie. So this is also mate in 1, no? Unless the pawns are going which way? This is H. The pawns are going this way, which means this square is covered, this square is covered, this square is covered. It's funny how these are mate in 1s. Watch me get it wrong. That would be embarrassing. That's okay. I'm just looking to improve. I'm not going to be the best chess player ever. Okay. I can take here, and then I think I'm going to checkmate the king. So let's calculate. Let's just not say it. Let's calculate. Queen takes f2 check. If the king goes to c3, I have queen c2 checkmate because these squares are covered. Boom, 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 boom. Let's just take the color off just as an illustration. Okay, so that line's covered. So we'll put that in orange. If the king goes that way, I have the same move, mate on this square. If the king goes this way, I have what? So let's calculate that part. Check, king goes there. What do I have? I have bishop move, and that hurts, and that's going to be mate. So I think that's it. You can't block either. So there's no retreating move. Yep. And then eventually I can mate you with the queen. Like this. That knight is a nice little MVP. Okay. What's wrong with this? I'm missing something. I'm sure. There's always something I'm missing. These puzzles are always tricky. No stalemate tricks, nothing like that. If I play this move, you back up with the intention of checking me maybe. I can always block and I can always push. I don't see anything wrong with this move. I'm missing something or it's easy for me. I'm not sure. I don't want to say it's easy because everybody's different levels, right? So I think I would play king g8 and just, I don't even know what to anticipate. That's a problem. If I don't know what to anticipate, then I cannot be sure that I'm refuting it, right? So that's a quote. Let's see. That move, you move back, let's say. I push the pawn. You check me, I interpose. That's good. I'm fine with that. Oh, see, that's the move I didn't anticipate. That's a problem. So if I make this move, I would lose, right? Take, I move somewhere. So what if I make a move like this? Like a Zugzwang move. And they have to move somewhere. I totally didn't anticipate that move. See, isn't that funny how I out loud said that? So if I move the bishop anywhere else on this diagonal, this pawn hangs, and that doesn't seem like a fruitful endeavor for me. Although I would take, but this would be a draw. They'd catch this one. So my instinct is to play bishop f8 and have it be a waiting game. But then what if they just move their rook? Do I eventually kick them? If I do kick them, they do this. And then maybe that's enough time? I'm struggling with this one. I'm not seeing the answer immediately, which is good. These are the ones I need to worry about because this is how you get better. Let me recalculate this. If I push here, rook takes bishop is check. I move anywhere, doesn't matter. They take this one next, either with check or without check, and that's going to be black winning. So this is the right thing to do if I want to lose. So, and I don't want to lose, therefore it's the wrong thing to do. I can't make a quiet move, or can I? Can I make a move like this? Or what is the difference between this move and this move? If I play h4, what do? They have to move. And then what if I play h5? I think that might be it. But the differences between the two are what trouble me. If I play this move, h4, what do? They move the rook somewhere. We'll just say here. I can then play h5 check. They have to move. which then means I can play h7. But how is that different from whether I play this move first? Does that give them access to anything? Interesting. Well, there's always a threat. Now that I say that, there's always a threat. So if I play h4, rook b7, okay, h5 check. Okay, hold on. Let's look at this. If I were to play h3 instead and make this, I think this is a mistake. They play this move, rook b7. I play h4. That gives them the moment to check me, which means I have to then block, and then they can take, I take, and then they take, and it's a draw. I think I go with this because that doesn't give them the time. Right? If I play h4, they play rook b7, and then I play h5, they have to move now. They don't have that extra tempo. I think that's it. I'm a little nervous. Let's go for it. Ooh, that's right. Okay. Beautiful. God, I love chess. Okay, chess is so cool. So let's see. I do notice that I have a double attack here indirectly because I can play queen here, buy a check, king moves, and then which one do I take? With the queen or with the bishop? Or with the queen or the rook? I don't know, but I think I have a double attack there. So check here. What's the difference? That's the thing. A lot of these puzzles have this difference, a slight difference. And you have to figure it out. So, okay. Queen e8, king h7. I want to take with the rook because then I'm attacking the queen, and I'm threatening to play queen or rook here, which I feel like is more. There's more synergy there. They're working together. There's more partnership. If I play here and then take with the queen, what's the point of that? Oh no, if I do that, then they can take here. Ah, there you go. That's the solution. So, if I'm saying that poorly, I apologize. Queen e8 check. The king moves out of the way. And now you have to take with the rook because that attacks the queen and it's no longer being attacked by their rook. So, must just be wrong. Check. Now, from this position, like I said, if I take with the queen, then this rook, my rook, would have two attackers and only one defender. So I have to take instead their bishop with my rook. I don't think there's a fancy stalemate trick or anything, or a perpetual check. Maybe there is. Oh boy. There's always another move. I want to just take here and just say, what's the problem? Is there a problem? You got a problem, pawn? Let's see. I could check you, and then you come out, but then what? I don't think there's a resolution to that. I think I just take this pawn and argue that I have a better position. I think that's my argument. I'm going to do it. That was wrong. Dang. That's what happened. See, I didn't calculate at the end. I got lazy. This is the beauty of chess and life. Don't get lazy. Okay. So I missed that. I'm sure there was something that I'll go back to see. All right, I can see it. Now I'm looking at the puzzle. Can you see it on your screen? Yes, you can. There's a part of me that wants to continue to think about that puzzle, but you have to move on, right? You check, the king moves, the rook takes, the king goes there. Maybe you go for the check. I'm not sure. Okay, let's look at this one now. Let's zone out of that one. There's tension here. There's tension between the queens. And what am I at time-wise? About 30 minutes. I want to close this off about 30 minutes. So maybe this is my last puzzle. Hopefully this has been instructive for you if you feel like you're with me still. I really appreciate it if you're still watching. So in these types of puzzles, you have to calculate what happens if you capture, what happens if you don't. Do you have an intermediate move? This move is kind of cool. That move threatens some stuff. It threatens a lot of stuff. So I think queen c4 with the threat of this and also queen c8. That looks right. And since I'm trying to rush for time, I'm just going to go for it. Okay. Now, I think I go here. They block. And I get the rook at the end. Okay. Nice. Okay, this is one of those puzzles. I love this. This like kind of Desperado kind of thing. Take this? Do you take this? It seems like you do, right? I don't want to go too long on time. Maybe I'll stop at 40 even if I get to 40. I'll take this. It just looks right. And then I can... God, I gotta be careful. If I do this, rook here, and you just lost the game, pretty much, right? You block, or you go here, and then they check you, and yeah. I think I have to take this, and then if they take my knight, I take theirs, and I'm up a piece. Yeah. I think there's an issue there where it looks like you're supposed to do one thing, but you're actually supposed to do the other. Okay. This queen looks like she's trapped, but I don't know definitively if she is. So bishop d6. I'm kind of going to blitz out the end here. Hopefully you've gotten something out of this. Bishop d6. Let's see. I'm kind of trying to quickly calculate. They take, I guess, or they counterattack my queen. Maybe they play a move like this. And what do I do in that case? Is there a way I can defend everything? That's actually a good move. Well, I could take... So bishop d6, and they play the very annoying d4. Oh, I can play Desperado. I can take there. Oh, look at this. Look at this. If I play bishop d6 and they play d4, I play bishop, or queen takes bishop. They take with their rook. I take their queen. They take my bishop. Right? Whoa. Am I calculating that right? Here. How do I get out of that? That's like I said, I want to blitz it out. Oh, jeez. Nope, that was wrong. Maybe that was why. We'll have to look into that. And then I'm just going to kind of want to get rid of this. So this. And it seems like mate, right? Yep, okay. This is an interesting puzzle. Scary. I think you check first. It looks like I would check first because I want to be able to take out something if they go to fork me. So check and move the pawn. And then you can't stop my pawn. Okay. I have a check. And if you... What do I do if you do something like this? Check. You block with the pawn. I take with the knight. You move the bishop. I move here. No. Interesting stuff. What if I play this first? I think you play this. Okay. That's okay. I definitely didn't want it to go over 30, and it did go over 30. So sorry if it went too long for some of the viewers. I appreciate you watching. If you want to stick around, I'm just going to quickly look at these puzzles. Let's see how it looks on your view. Hopefully it's not too bad. So, yeah, this was the move. This was the one. So here, and then here. Oh, no, sorry. Here, and then I wanted to make a move with the queen. I was tempted to check. I think I'll just check to see what happens. Nope. Okay, let's calculate just for a second. I don't want to make it too crazy. What is the threat? Maybe you just attack the queen. No. Let's use your brain instead of just guessing. So... Maybe attack this? Interesting. I'm not seeing it. I want to play this move, but that doesn't look like the right answer. Yeah, okay. It's funny how certain answers look correct. You can check at the back. Okay, what's the difference between this check and this check? If I play this check, what am I missing? Analysis board. Okay. What's the difference? What did I miss here? So if I play this check, they have king g6. Okay, what's the difference if I play the other check? They also have king g6, right? But now, oh, rook g8. Look at that. I totally missed that. Okay, okay. Nice. That's a lot of fun. Okay, that's that one. Let's close out of that. And then let's close out of that. So let's go here. This was the other one that I got wrong. So, let's see. I think I played this move, and then I miscalculated at this point. So I could take here, but I think, okay, so what about here? Because then you're still guarding? No, because then you could take there. Okay, I'm guessing again. I don't really want to do that. So what is there? My first thought was this move, and then, oh, I can't move on there. My first thought was this move, and then take, but then they can take your bishop. Tricky. How about just this move? No. I have to defend both of these. How do I possibly defend both of those? Interesting. I feel like I'm totally missing it. If I just take the pawn, you take my bishop with check, and then you take my rook. Right? This is crazy. Okay. I don't want the hint, although I do want the hint because I don't want to make this video too long. But if anybody's still here, I appreciate the support. Okay, so let's see here. What if there's a part of me that wants to play this move just to get rid of the piece. No, that doesn't make any sense. Is there a way I can give a check as a desperado thing to get rid of this piece? Like here. And then they take me, and then I take there, but then they take there. I really thought this was it. It's funny that I'm still like, I'm fixated on it. There's no discovered with the bishop. What if I just castle? Okay. Let's get a hint. It is queen move. Okay. Wow. I'm missing it. I'm so blind right now. It's amazing. I already tried this. I want to trap the queen, don't I? Can't go here, can't go here, can't go here. I already tried there. If I went here, did I even try here? Oh my goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. See, that's what I should have been doing 2 minutes ago. Okay. One more puzzle to look at. One more. Okay. So I think I calculated this, right? This is what I got wrong? Yeah. I wanted to try this as well. And you can't do this, by the way, if you want to. Just take, yeah, what's wrong with this? I think what I was thinking was after bishop takes, I was thinking this, and then here. And then what was the move here? Bishop h3. I totally don't even think about bishop h3. Oh, to guard. I was thinking like I wanted to check, double check kind of stuff. And I wanted to get the rook on there. I missed it. That's okay. Cool. Well, if you got something out of this, let me know, please. I enjoy this kind of stuff. I love doing puzzles. Hopefully you like it as well. If you do, you hear the step-by-step details, let me know if you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. Until next time, bye.